Hello guys, welcome to my channel and this is Sandeep Cole here. Hope you all are doing good. Today's video it's again on case management, and today we are going to learn one of the very important aspect of case management. We will see today what we are going to learn. So before that, if you see here, I have opened a case here. This is a case and there is this bar here. So people who are not familiar with it, there is something displayed here. You can see here 5 minutes response time for critical. People who know SLM, they would be able to identify it, but people who are new will explain you. So you can see here there is this bar, but now if I go back to the cases and let me open some other case. Let me open this one. Okay, so here we don't see any bar. Okay, so today what we are going to see, I think people who know service targets, service level agreements, operational level agreements, they might have got an idea what we are going to learn. So yes, today we will learn the SLM and it is related to the case management. I have already done a video on service level management in ITSM, how it works with incident and other applications. That is our own mid-tier, how it works with the different ITSM modules that I have already done. You can check my videos for that, but this video for SLM, this is very specific to case. We will discuss the SLM for the case management, but it is applicable to all the other applications. Earlier we have seen a SLM in ITSM. This one we will see as SLM for Helix, how we define service level targets in in Helix and how they work. That's what we're going to see. Okay, so now before I go here and showcase you this how it is attached, let me give you a brief about the SLM. Okay, so let me first go to the settings here, and here there is this link, service level management. So I will click on this, and there are multiple things here. Okay, we'll understand this one by one, and then we will know where exactly we will use this in the our service level agreements, how we whatever we will define. So first of all, let's understand the business time segment. So business time segments, if you know SLM and ITSM, you should be knowing this, what exactly is a business time segment. But people who are new, let me explain you in this way. For example, both this business time segment and business time shared entity, these will this is related to something very critical for an organization. So when we work in an organization, the organization doesn't work 24/7. Yeah, even though it is the support and there are some operations which run 24/7, but there are certain aspects of the organization which are not 24/7. So what organizations do, let's say they do work from morning 9 a.m. to evening 5 p.m. So this is called as working hours, or in ITL times, or in ITL terms, we will call this as business hours. So now let's suppose I define certain service level agreements for a ticket. Before going to this, let me explain you. Service level agreements are basically service targets which will help you to measure a particular ticket, which will help you to identify in how quickly we responded to the ticket, how quickly we resolved that case, and also it's a measurement for us to identify how we are performing as a vendor to the customer, and how we are basically measuring our day-to-day performance of the operations. So this is just a broad overview. I'll not go into much detail. If you need to understand the complete SLM, go to my other video. You will be able to understand each and every aspect of SLM. So here we will discuss only the application part. Now the service level management. Here what we do basically, when we define any service level targets. So for example, I have a critical case created, and the as per my service level agreement, it should be resolved in 4 hours. So let's suppose my company works from 9 to 5 and my shift is over by 5 p.m. So let's suppose this case came at 4 p.m. Okay, as per the agreement, it has to be resolved in 4 hours, but as per my shift, my company policy, I have only 1 hour left for my for my work. Like 5 p.m. I will be leaving. So what will happen to this ticket? Who is going to resolve this? So now there comes the this business time segment comes into picture. So what we do, when we define our service targets, we only calculate the business hours. So for example, in this case, if this ticket was created at 4 p.m. and I have a 4 hours of resolution time, what it will do, it will calculate 1 hour from 4 to 5 p.m., which is a business hour. Then it will stop. Then it will recalculate it from 9 a.m. from the next day. So that means my SLA will extend till 9 to 3, 9 plus 3 till 12. So next day, I have time till 12 p.m. to resolve this case. So it has calculated 1 hour from today's, from 1 hour it has taken from today, and 3 hours it will take from tomorrow. So then what it will do, my SLA will only run in business hours. So that means I have enough time, or I have ample time to resolve this case. So it will not force me to work after 5 p.m. and then go and solve this case, because if it's a critical case. So ideally this basically helps us in defining the business time for a particular service level agreement. Okay, now for example, how we define it, that we will see. So for example, I'll just explain this. We will not we are not going to much detail in it, but I will explain you what exactly is this. Okay, so business time segment, if I click here, or let's see, first of all, let me close this. Let me show you existing one. So this is already defined by somebody. So this is a business time. It has been defined if you see by the description, India available time 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. So this is a business hour defined for India from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. So this is the time zone which has been defined. Let me go to the next. Okay, now this is the start and end date of this time segment. Reoccurrence is that it when it will reoccur. So it is reoccurring every week. That means it will start time is 9 a.m. and end time is 5 p.m. and then it will reoccur on these days, which is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Okay, and if we finish, that's it. So let me go here, click on this new sign segment. I would here say USA business time. This is a free text. You can give any name as per the reference, whatever you want to define this. Then now here are two things: availability, unavailable and available. You can also define unavailable time segments. That means you can also define the off business hours. So here the why, if you select unavailable, that means it's off business hours. So you can also define that. That also can be used. But normally we define this available, which is the available business hours. Then I will define the status. Duration is one time or recurring. If I say recurring, then I have to define the timeline. So here I have to use the US time if I need to define this for a particular area. So for example, let me select this. Then if I say, now I have to define the start and end date. So I have to define when this will start and when this particular time segment will. And normally we give a big range so that it will work for us every time. So for example, this. Then reoccurrence dates, I have to define whether it's daily, weekly, monthly, yearly. Normal service targets, we define them weekly, and we have to mention repeats every 1 week. So 1 week, that means every 1 week it will have a reoccurrence. If I say 2, then every week it has 2 reoccurrences. But normally it will have only 1 because it's for a complete week I am defining. Wednesday, Friday. So now we can define your all days. Then you have to define your time. So for example, my time is 6 p.m. Okay, and then now if I have to define a 24 hours, SLA, then you have to just select here end of day. Yes, it will automatically change this to complete day. So if I say no, just a minute, I think I have to remove this. Then again I would say 6 p.m. Okay, and then we will click on finish. Now we have defined a time segment. We know that this is the time business hours which we define for a which we'll be using in the service, that we will see how we can use it. Then I have this business time shared entity. So let me say if I click here, so what you have to do before, first we define the business time segment. Okay, so first we define the business time segment, then we define the business time shared entity in which we are relating this time segment. Okay, so for example here, if I go here in India business hours, and here there is one related section, I will, or let me, I think there is nothing related here. So let me create a new time entry. I would say USA business hours. Status, you can say by default it is new. Yeah, so we have defined this USA business hours. Then what I will do, I will add the business time segments. So here if you go, you will be able to select what you have defined, and then I will relate this. Now I have defined a business time segment, I have created a shared time entity, and I have defined the, I have attached a business time segment with it. So I can attach multiple segments with it. So it is basically when you define, it's basically you're grouping certain time segments in one place, or it's a placeholder for multiple time segments. Now I will not go on this source data, but this is basically when you are you can define a target application for which you want to use the SLM. So here they have defined multi-cloud incidents, case management, task management. So for these three we can use. If I want to define a new application, I have to click here, and then I will put display name. Then I need to select the record definition. That means I have to use the name of the application on which I have to use this one. I want to use the SLM. So for example, if I want to use it on change management, so I have to select that application here. So it should be here, case management, business workflows, or it's not there. So here I can select the application on which I need to use the SLM, and then I will add it. It will look something like this. So where it is used, we will see that. Then goal type, you also, this is so first is the application. Configure data source, you define the application on which you want to use SLM. Then goal type will say what you want to define. For example, case resolution time, case response time, multi-cloud, measurement by resolution, by response. Similarly, for example, task resolution time, I can define one more here as task, if I need task response time. Okay, so here I would say status active, and I will save this. Okay, now this is the actual part where we define the service target. Service target means here we are defining the actual SLA which will be used in case management. So first we defined a business time segment, then we defined a shared entity in which we related this time segment, because this will be used later in the SLM. Then we defined, we saw how we can define an application to be used for SLM. Then goal type is that what type of operation you want to do on that application. Now this is the list of already defined service targets. So what we will do, we will define a new one. Okay, so what I will do, I will create a a response we'll define a service target or a response for a medium level case. Okay, just a minute. Let me see. It is we can define a. Let's suppose our medium level service target has 20 minutes of response. So we'll say 20 minutes. This is just a description we are giving. Response medium case. Okay. So now we have to define the company. Company, it will, like, if you want this SLA to be accessed by a particular company, you can define it. It will select this as global, so it will be applicable to all the cases. Okay, but you can also describe it or define it for a particular company. Then now this data source is this one, configure data source, the one we configured earlier. So here I can define whether this is case management, task management, multi-cloud. Mine is case. Select it here. Then the goal type, we already see this, we defined this in the case goal type section. So this is a response time, we will say response time. Then agreement type, there are basically two types of agreements, a service level agreement and operation level agreement. The only difference is that the service level agreement normally is defined for a between a customer and a vendor, or between two organizations. A service level agreement is defined. For example, if I am providing a service to a company, then there will be a service level agreement between me and that company, that for the services which I am providing. The other thing is operational level agreement. This is internal between the groups. So for example, in an organization, there are uh, multiple departments, multiple organizations inside an organizations. Then we define the operational level agreements between the two groups or between the two departments. When we define an agreement, that's called operational level agreement. Okay, so we are defining a service level agreement. So this description is normal description you can provide. Status enabled. Then effective from is the time from which you want to enable this. So you can also add this to a group. Here you can define a service target. Like for example, if you want to group certain SLAs, let's suppose for a particular department or for a particular section of the organization, you want to group them in one section so that you can easily find them. Then you can add them here in this in the group. For this, you need to add a group here in the service target. Okay, but we'll not do that. Now, the main important part of the service level, as I earlier said, is building expression. That means when it should run. So here I would say this should run when priority, because this is for medium level agreements. We'll say priority is equal. So from here value, we'll select medium. I'll click on add. It will get added here. Then I will say save. So now this agreement will run for a cases where the priority is medium. So I can define my own expressions depending on the need. Now I have to define the goal. So I have to define exact time. So as I said, it is 20 minutes. I would say 20 minutes. So you can define here the time for which this SLA should run. Okay. Then the business entity which we were discussing, this is the one which we added first, business time segment, business time shared entity. If you click here, you can see here I have USA business hours, I have India business. So I can select any of them. Okay. So what I did earlier, I created a business time segment, then I created a business time shared entity, and this is a business time shared entity. And then I have related this with the SLA. Okay. Then in the measurements, we have to define the measurement criteria for this, like when this SLA should start. So I will say it should start when the case is status is assigned. So I would say status is equal to, from here I would say assigned. Okay. So this is basically a response SLA. This is a standard feature which we define for the response SLA, that when the status is assigned, it's the SLA will start and sorry, and it should stop when the case moves to in progress. That means somebody has already assigned it to himself and he is working on it. So I would say status is equal to, I would say in progress, add, save. Now I have to also define the condition when this should pause. For example, sometimes I'll explain you. Let me first put all this for the status. Status is equal to, would say it should pause when it is pending. Okay. Sometimes I need some information from customer. So for that, in particular case, I need to put the ticket in pending. So then my SLA should stop because it is not pending with me. So then in that case, I would put this to pending. So the moment this case goes to pending state, this SLA will stop. Okay. Then milestones. Milestones, as I already explained, it is similar to what we have defined in the ITSM. This is something similar. You can define a, 50, let me define it as a 50% breach. It is similar to what we have defined in the ITSM. Okay, so here also I will say percentage of the goal when it has passed 50%, it should set. You can also define hours, minutes on, you have to select that here from this section. Okay, and then this will become enable and you have to define it. Then you have to define the expression that it should execute if the status is equal to assigned. So that means the ticket has been still in the assigned state and 50% of SLA has passed and this should execute. Then what it should do after it executes, it should add a milestone action. I can define, I can create a email action or an alert, or I can create a separate action. So for me, I will just define an email notification. So I would say send it to test.com. This is just an example, but in actual scenario, you will mention the email address. Okay. Then you can use the notification template, which we have already explained in the notifications template section, that how to define the templates. So you can define it here and use it. I think I have to mention the name. That is 50% breach. Okay, and I will save this. Okay, now my SLA is ready. I have defined the basic criteria of SLA. I have mentioned the conditions. I have added the goal, measurement. Then we have defined the milestones and action of the milestone. Let me save this. Now we'll see how it works. So let me go to the create case. Okay, so we'll define a new case where we will define the priority as per the SLA and see what happens. Okay, so I will say this one. Summary is test SLA, medium, and then the priority is by default medium, so I'll not change it. I'll save this. Okay, now case has been created. Now let's go to the case. So my priority is medium. My SLA is already defined for medium. I should get an SLA here. Okay, but there is no SLA here. I think there is some issue. But exactly, so we are not seeing any SLAs here. You know why? The reason is that the status is new. We had defined SLA on the assigned state, so it should initiate when the case goes to assigned state. That's why we cannot see anything here. Now let me do that. So let me change it to assigned, save it, and that's it. If we have defined everything correctly, the SLA should come. Okay. So you can see here, this is the SLA, 20-minute response time, medium case. This is the SLA. I'm sorry. So we have defined the SLA. Now it should, this is the time it is saying it is due by 9:20 on due on Thursday, met on Thursday, 4:15 p.m. Okay. So by 4, it is started on this date, and it is like 20-minute responses, which we have already defined. Now if I have already attached the business hours, if let's suppose my SLA was extending the business hours, it would have taken me to the next date. It would have shown me the date by calculating the business hours from today and then business hours from tomorrow. So now you can, the SLA, it is currently in progress. So we can move this to, we will move this to in progress. Okay, it has been already moved to in progress. That's why you can see here the SLA is met. I was also worried. So you can see SLA is met on 4:15. Okay, because this already moved to in progress. The SLA, we had already defined that if the ticket goes to in progress, the SLA will be met. Similarly, the way we define this response SLA, we can also define a resolution SLA. In resolution SLA, we will in the resolution SLA we will also define it the similar way. The only thing is that the timeline and other things will be little different. For example, if I say here, if I open this SLA, goal is 20 minutes measurement. This is for basically for resolution. Priority is critical, ticket status is, that means it will stop only when the ticket is resolved, and ticket status is pending, it will pause. So this is for resolution SLA. It is similar to the response SLA. The only thing is that in the response SLA, the ticket status will be in progress and it will stop, but here it should be resolved. Otherwise, there is no difference in SLA. Okay. So if you need more details on this SLM application, then go to my other video on ITSM. You will learn, you will understand the SLM concept. Okay. Thank you.